Hey there, welcome back to Innovative Ideas. We're diving into an essential component of the emotional intelligence, empathy. Empathy. Based on powerful insights from Harvard Business Review's Emotional Intelligence Series, co-authored by Daniel Goleman, Annie McKee, and Adam Wetz, this book will shift the way you see empathy. Empathy not just as a soft skill, but as a game changer in leadership, relationships, and self-awareness. So what is empathy really? Empathy is about stepping into someone else's shoes, feeling what they feel, and understanding their perspectives. But it's more than just being nice. It's about connecting deeply with others. According to HBR Emotional Intelligence Series, Harvard Business Review, empathy can transform how we lead, how we relate, and even how we grow as individuals. In this video, I am going to break down the key insights from the book, exploring the 3 types of empathy, the role it plays in leadership, how you can start practicing it more effectively in your daily life. Let's start with three different types of empathy highlighted in the book. These are crucial in understanding how empathy works at different levels. First, there is cognitive empathy. This is when we understand what someone else is thinking, more like perspective taking. It's a very intellectual approach to empathy. For example, if a coworker is stressed about a deadline, you get why they are stressed, even if you don't feel the same stress yourself. Second, there's emotional empathy. Emotional empathy is what most of us think when we hear the word empathy. It's feeling with someone. It's a feeling with someone when their emotions almost became your own. When their emotions almost become your own. Think of when a friend is sharing exciting news and you feel just as thrilled as they do. And finally, there's empathetic concern, which is more action-oriented empathy. Empathy, it's when you not only feel for someone, but also want to help or provide support. Imagine seeing a coworker overwhelmed and you offer to lend a hand or just be there for them. This form of empathy is catalyst for compassionate action. Now, why does empathy matter, especially in leadership? In the book, Goldman and his co-authors emphasize that empathy isn't just about being kind. It's about driving better outcomes for teams and organizations. Leaders with high empathy are better at understanding their team's needs, navigating conflicts, and creating an environment where people feel valued. The book gives examples of leaders who don't just listen to surface-level concerns, but dig deeper to understand the emotions driving their team members. This leads to stronger relationships and more loyal, motivated employees. For instance, cognitive empathy allows leaders to make better decisions because they can anticipate how their team will react. Emotional empathy helps in resolving tensions before they escalate. And empathetic concern, that's where trust is built. Employees know their leader has their back. Now there's something crucial from this book. Empathy isn't something you're just born with. It's a skill you can build. And that's great news for all of us. Let's look at some practical ways the book suggests for developing empathy in your daily life. First, listen actively. This means paying full attention when someone speaks, no distractions. Try to focus not only on their words, but also their body language, tone of voice, and emotions. Second, ask open-minded questions. Instead of jumping to conclusions, ask questions that allow the other person to express themselves more fully. Questions like, how did that make you feel? Or what do you think will help? Third, practice perspective taking. This is all about imagining yourself in another person's situation. How would you feel if you were them? What might they need in that moment? And finally, don't be afraid to show vulnerability. The author stressed that empathy goes both ways. When you share your own challenges and emotions, it creates space for the others to open up to. The book also dives into the science behind empathy. Did you know we have something called mirror neurons in our brains? The neurons help us mirror the emotions and actions of others, which explains why we often feel what someone else is feeling. Understanding this can help us recognize when we're unconsciously empathizing and how we can use that awareness to build deeper connections. Isn't that amazing? Our brains are wired for empathy. It's a part of what makes us human. Before we wrap up, here's a challenge from the book that I want to share with you. The next time someone opens up to you, really listen and try to feel what they're feeling. Don't offer advice unless they ask for it. Just be present. You'll be surprised at how much that simple act can mean. Empathy, as Goldman, McKee, and Watts explain, is the foundation of emotional intelligence. It's not about understanding others, but also about fostering trust, connection, and compassion in every interaction. When we embrace empathy, we don't just become better leaders, we become better people. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe for more insights from the world of personal growth and emotional intelligence. And remember, empathy is something you can practice every day. So why not start right now? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Innovative Ideas.